Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. Looking deep into nature, there are creatures with bizarre appearances and shocking realities. From cutest to the ugliest, and everything in between. Here are some of the most outrageous encounters that will blow your mind away. Squid versus diver. Steve Backshall, an explorer along with his team, went inside the water on a remote place on Earth to spend some time with the world's most dangerous sea creature, the Humboldt squid. According to Steve, the elegant Humboldt seemed pretty calm at first, but eventually became irritated with the continuous popping and triggering. However, it ended up biting Steve while asking him to back off with its mighty tentacles. Well, as per the research, Humboldt squids are more likely to attack objects or species that appear foreign, especially if they emit vibes of potential threat, which is why the attack on humans by this species of squid is quite common, especially on deep sea divers. Goliath grouper. While on a hunt to catch another river monster, Jeremy Wade, an expert marine biologist, spotted this giant Goliath grouper with a hook stuck to its mouth. Weighing up to 300 pounds and around 6 feet long in size, Jeremy lifted the giant grouper to the surface of the water in order to pull the hook out of its mouth. Thankfully, with some brains and a lot of expertise, he was able to get out of that tangle with a hook and drag the giant beast back into the ocean. Well, generally, Goliath groupers are not known for attacking humans, but they are known to eat whatever fits in their mouth, for which Jeremy turns out to be lucky, considering it didn't try to swallow his hand up. Exposed heart turtle. This tiny pink-bellied turtle has got more followers on Instagram than you might have. Well, because the tiny creature is born with her heart exposed outside of her shell. The organ peeks through a small hole beating out of her stomach. Michael Aquilina named this albino turtle Hope, because despite its striking appearance and awe-inspiring phenomenon, the turtle kind of seemed to live a perfectly healthy life. From the size of a coin to growing bigger and healthier, today, Hope is almost a year and a half old, thriving and playing in her tank. Sea serpent. For centuries, the stories and folklore of marine monsters, including the tales of sea serpents, have become terrifying legends and mysteries of the ocean, until one day, Jeremy stumbled upon this mystifying sea creature in the middle of the ocean while night diving. In the eerie silence of the deep ocean, Jeremy went into the water, making the chain his only reference to call upon the sea serpent, and it was just a matter of minutes when an incredible sea serpent, approximately 2.5 times of his length, emerges from the bottom of the ocean while putting Jeremy in utter disbelief. It was an oarfish, a deep-sea creature that rarely comes to the surface. Ghost shark. Scientists in New Zealand discovered a newly discovered ghost shark off the coast of the South Island. The mysterious creature was found at a depth of around 3,900 feet on the ocean floor during a survey in February 2022. Britt Finucci, a fisheries expert, claimed it's a ghost shark baby, which is kind of hard to believe because of its belly being filled with egg yolk. Well, actually, ghost sharks have skeletons primarily made up of cartilage, and their embryos grow in egg capsules laid on the seafloor and feed off egg yolk until they hatch. Huge sunfish. A Spanish marine biologist, Enrique Estel, was baffled to have caught sight of this enormous sunfish when he was called to check it out after a tuna fishing boat encountered it. 10.5 feet long and 9.5 feet wide, the mammoth sunfish was tangled in the nets off the Mediterranean coast of Ceuta in October 2021. Almost bigger than a human, the fish was so heavy that it even ended up breaking a 1,000-kilo scale. Hence, it was kept in underwater chamber attached to the boat before being lifted by a crane. According to research, the fish is estimated to be around 4,000 pounds and was likely to be more than 20 years old female sunfish. Massive octopus. A diver in Primorsky Kra in Russia's Far East came across this massive octopus who is kind of reluctant to just wrap itself around his arms and equipment in order to trap in its tight grasp. The diver somehow managed to free himself, but it looks like the octopus didn't want to let go when it got clinged to his camera rig. Well, one of them had to give up eventually, so the diver tossed his camera away in order to get rid of the sticky octopus tentacles. River monster. Off the coast of Trinity River in Texas, this fisherman caught a real river monster out of the water. The mighty alligator gar is known to be the largest freshwater fish in North America, carrying around 300 pounds of weight. The 100-million-year-old species measures up to 6 feet in length. They have alligator-like appearance and can survive without small amounts of river while feeding on the remains of lifeless fishes. Apart from this, with sharp teeth and a giant mouth, it can easily attack humans, which is exactly why they are called river monsters. Spider crab. While mistaking humans as a delicious prey, this spider crab hops onto a diver just when he released it from an abandoned lobster pot on a drift drive. Not the kind of thanks he'd have expected, but this one might be a bit scary to be still in its defensive mode. Because apart from putting nails out of human toes, spider crabs are pretty calm and friendly. Fun fact, spider crabs can live up to 100 years, and females of this species can lay up to 1.5 million eggs in a single go. How cool is that? Stowaway seal. A family, while paddleboarding, encounter a stowaway seal trying to get onto their paddleboards. Along the coast of River Arun near Littlehampton in West Sussex, Darren and Carrie got scared when a curious seal swam up to them and climbed onto the Karen's board. Keeping their distance as much as possible at first, they were worried that the seal was in trouble or maybe aggressive, but soon realized it was just being curious. And either way, they had no food, out to encourage the seal in any way. Barracuda. This time, while spearfishing in Hawaii, a couple of divers, when they stumbled upon a barracuda, decided to fish it with their spear. Well, little did they know, being big enough to prey, the barracuda was in return waiting to hop on them for a meal. And while attempting to chase the spearfishers, the barracuda got kind of trapped in their spear until it came out even stronger to attack the divers in vengeance. Thankfully, nobody got inside anybody's trap, and both the parties left, accepting their defeat. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick is a picture from a whale and dolphin watching Holiday in Mexico. It is basically a season celebrated in Loreto Bay National Park in Mexico, starting from December to March each year. Mostly because in winters, the coast of Mexico is one of the few places in the world where you can go and have a look at these newly migrated whales. The organized boat trip is operated by experienced skippers who know where the whales are and how to approach them in the vessel without scaring them off. And with the magical appearances of whales at the surface of the water, you got to learn more about these gentle giants while getting overwhelmed with the excitement of these creatures wagging their tails in the air. Giant tortoise. Let me introduce you to Diego, the Galapagos tortoise, who is a 100-year-old tortoise from the San Diego Zoo. Since the 1960s, Diego had been held in captivity to participate in a breeding program in order to help the rescuers save his species from the brink of extinction. And after fathering some 800 baby tortoises single-handedly over the course of his entire life and saving his species, Diego has finally gone home after 87 years. He has been dropped off at his native Español to enjoy the rest of his life with his pals. Yellow turtle. In July 2020, a rare bright yellow turtle was rescued from a pond in West Bengal, India by a fisherman. While the internet thinks it looks like cheese or an egg yolk, according to the forest officer, it's an albino turtle whose peculiar yellow color could be due to either some genetic mutation or congenital disorder due to the absence of tyrosine pigment. But apart from being born with this bizarre condition, the turtle seems to do just as fine as the other turtles do. See you next time!